So I just built an AI that edits my videos for me, and I built it inside Claude. And I'm not talking about just the captions alone. I'm talking about the whole thing, the titles, the callouts, the transitions, and the graphics that pop in. I've been working on this for a really long time, so I'm really excited that I can finally share this with everybody. Because here's the truth, I love making videos. People ask me, why do I do this? I love making videos, but I really hate editing them. You can record an 8-minute tutorial and then you end up spending 3-4 hours just dragging text boxes around in CapCut and lining up everything, the caption, hunting for the right moment to drop a graphic. Is the reason a lot of people just post raw, boring footage, and I sometimes do so, or they end up not posting at all. So I thought about how to fix it, and I turned that whole job into a Claude skill, basically a custom skill I taught Claude once, and that's it. It runs every single time. It reads my transcripts, it figures out where every title, call out, and transition goes on brand automatically, like you see right now. And then it renders the finished video and the graphics. These are generated with Google Nano Banana, which is Google's image generator model. So I get custom branded icons instead of boring stock. And the edit that used to eat up my whole afternoon or my whole evening just runs in the background. And I built all of it with no code. So in this video, I'm actually going to show you exactly how so that you can build your own. So let's get right into it. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please do hit the subscribe button and also like this video. It goes a long way to help support my channel and it encourages me to keep bringing more valuable and useful content as well. So all I have to do is, again, I just come in here and make sure that I'm in the folder and I say something like, can you edit the first 30 seconds, right? I'm just for the purposes of this tutorial so that we don't spend forever of this video. And let's see what it does. You see that it would actually run through all the files and call everything and then do the editing for me in the background. And while this is running, I can actually be doing other things on my computer and I don't have to um sit around. Okay, so this really saves me a lot of time because I work a full-time job, I have toddlers, I run a business, so I'm very busy. So I just always try to see how I can cut time here and there, ask for help when I need it. But then if I can also use AI to do it, I'm a solopreneur, so if I can leverage AI, a tool I'm already paying for, then why not? You can see that it found the video here. It's telling me that this is the 16:9 tutorial. It's saying that it's just going to edit the first 30 seconds. It's realizing that I've made a mistake on the pronunciation of Opus 4.8. So you can see that it's actually correcting it for me. So it's going to correct the brand names and everything on screen. And it's actually loading up everything here, as you can see. So one thing I really like about the skill is that before it sort of goes ahead, it actually gives me the plan. Okay, it gives me the plan before it goes ahead. So I just have to click on render as is and you can see that it will basically go ahead. It's giving me the plan, intro script, intro string, the title, lower third, section title, call outs and call out, right? So it's giving me that, and so it's basically going to trim the first 30 seconds. This video is actually, the video is actually editing right now is my last video, which is the Opus 4.8 video I did. So it's I think it's about, it's more than 8 minutes long, but I just wanted to edit the first 30 seconds of it. So when this is done, it usually would just output the video in the same folder, and I can basically just play it on my computer. And if I don't like it, I can always come back and ask it to do changes and stuff like that. It's done right now. So I'm just gonna come here and I'm just gonna open it and see what it's done so far. So Claude Opus 4.8 just launched, and before we go into the whole marketing language, let's first go into the benchmark table because this is where things actually get interesting. So how does Opus 4.8 actually compare to ChatGPT and Gemini? Now, based on this benchmark table you see here, Claude Opus 4.8 seems to be the strongest when the task involves agentic work. So you can see here, agentic code. If I want to add in, let's say, more text, more callouts and all that, I can just go back into Claude and ask it to do that. I'm in no way saying that this is a polished way to edit videos. This is definitely a step in the right direction. And full transparency, I do have an editor who edits some of my videos for me as well. So I do see that with this in place, I'll be able to bring out a lot of videos because, again, my editor is also constrained. So it's good to have AI do some of the work for me, editor doing some of the work, and then I can actually save some time back. So let me show you exactly how I built this in Claude. If you don't know what Claude has gone viral this year, but if you don't know what Claude is just like an AI tool, just like ChatGPT, Gemini, and all that. But then it has very wonderful features inside it. So one of the features inside Claude is called co-work. Okay, and co-work basically is really cool because it has the ability to control things on your computer. So it can actually go into folders in your computer. It can actually browse the web for you. Like, it can do a lot of amazing things. So I'm using co-work, and inside co-work, when you click on customize, for instance, there's a concept of skills. Okay, there's also the concept of skills in ChatGPT, and then there's the concept of skills in Claude Co-work. Skills are basically reusable capabilities, so you define them once and then you can call them. I've created a number of skill packs that you can use across your business on your personal projects. I'm going to leave the link to those skill packs in the comment section so that you can check them out. So skills are typically in a file called skill.md, MD meaning Markdown language. So inside a skill, as you can see, I've actually defined how this exact process should work. So I'm talking about something like FFmpeg, okay? Now, if you don't know what FFmpeg is really a free open source command line tool for just working with audio and video files. Okay, so you can actually use FFmpeg to convert videos and audio formats. You can use it to compress large video files. You can use it to extract audio from video. You can use it for trimming, cropping, resizing, rotating, or even merging videos. And I do believe I have a video on this channel. I was using N8N, I think N8N and FFmpeg, if I'm not too sure. I used FFmpeg to help create like a faceless YouTube channel so that you can always auto post stuff. So that is really what FFmpeg does. It helps with like adding subtitles or watermarks. You are able to change the frame rates, the bit rate, resolution, codecs, and more. And you're also able to stream or process media in real time. So if you're someone who is like into video editing, okay, or graphics, that kind of thing, you're probably familiar with FFmpeg. And the good thing about FFmpeg is because it's open source, it's free. So you can basically download it and use it as well. You can also use it to convert different files. But anyway, for the purposes of this particular skill, I'm using FFmpeg with to help with like the motion graphics and everything. And the way it works is that I provide a transcript and the video. So when I'm in Claude, let me come back in here. When I come into Claude, so I basically come into Claude and I click on work in projects and I scroll down and I choose the folder that has my videos. Okay, so I come in here and I choose the folder that has my videos, and what happens is that Claude is basically going to be working off that folder. So inside that folder, I allow permissions, and then what I do is I drop in the source file, which is the input file, which is the video I record, the raw file. And then what I do is that I also drop in the transcript. If you don't drop in the transcript, then Claude would have to extract the transcript from the video. But because I don't want this to take like forever, I just provided a transcript as well. So once you provide the transcript, which is usually in a form of an SRT file, and then the input video, it goes ahead to like do everything. Okay, so in here you can see that I've specifically said that point the skill at a video so that it acts as the auto director. So I've given it a number of things I wanted to do. Okay, I've given it a number of things I wanted to do. So I've said things like the width of the video, make sure that like detects the format. So whether it's a long form videos or it's a short form video, And I have also talked about, like, if I don't provide a transcript, like I said, then it should basically extract the transcripts. But then I'm not really doing that in this particular. I just want it to work really seamlessly. So I'm not really like, I'm not allowing it to extract the transcript. I'm just providing everything. And I've actually given it a number of things it has to do. I've talked about like how the look and feel should look like. I've talked about the fact that like it should blur text in the background, because when I was doing this at first, like it would just put the text on the video like that, and sometimes there'll be some clashes happening. So I just wanted it to blur the background of the text so that it's a lot more visible and accessible that way. And all these things, you need a bit of creativity. Like, I mean, if you've been editing for a while, then you know some of the way these things happen. So it's just basically the steps I take when I'm editing that I've just converted to a skill. Okay, so I have things like the transitions. Okay, I have things like the presets in here, and I have some form of like encoding that I've also put in here as well. And there are a few Python scripts in here as well. You can see that I have like my brand colors in here as well. So all these are things that you can actually define. So like you can actually define what your brand colors are. Like you can put in your own brand colors in here as well. You can put in brand colors here as well. You can see that I have the fonts in here that I'm using as well. And I've defined the type of fonts I want to use, that it should be bold. And yeah, so I have like the intro, outro, text, the color, the sticker assets, and I do have some assets files here. Okay, so the assets file basically contains the font types I want to use. They've all been like installed. I also have the reference files, which is this like FFmpeg recipe that like basically gives like what a core idea should be, how it should overlay, how it should be removing the curves. Like all these things have actually been defined in here. And then finally, I also have like the scripts. So those scripts that you actually see like they in the skill, they actually get called in here as well. So all these have actually been embedded into the skill for me. But yeah, that is really all I wanted to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in joining my community, I'm going to leave the link in the comment section below so that you can join. As usual, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. It's the subscribe button. Like this video, share it. It goes a long way to support my channel and encourage me to keep doing these videos. So thank you if you've already been doing that. But yeah, that is it for today's tutorial. I have a lot of tutorials on this channel, so you can check them out as well. I hope to see you in the next one.